All right, making a basic serving tray. This is a tutorial and part one of it. So to start off with, a serving tray consists of three different pieces: an end, a side, and a bottom. And those are the only three sketches we're going to draw to start off with. So I'm just going to go to a new file, all right, and start with creating a sketch. And I'm already looking on the top view. Sometimes your view looks like this. Okay, so I'm just going to pick the top view and start. Basic rectangle. Doesn't matter where I put it. I'm going to go, let's say 18, and I'm going to go 0.5 an inch thick. Okay, so there's my basics. Now, I'm going to go and put 45s on the ends. A couple different ways to do this. So I'm going to show you a new way to do things. Take a line, go on a 45 or roughly there, hit tab, type in 45 degrees. Okay, and just leave that line where it is right now. Okay, then we go up to trim. Okay, so modify, trim, or just letter T for trim. And I'm going to trim off all these parts. Okay, now you're going to notice the dimension that I just had disappeared. So I'm going to go back up to dimension. So that's dimension for me, or letter D. And I'm going to put that dimension back in like this, and it's 0.5. And there we go. Now, rather than doing all that stuff on the other side, okay, I'm going to show you just how to do a mirror. So mirror goes like this. We find a line, and we find the center point. So how do you find the center point of this line? Well, we could go to 9, right? But what we do is we put along, and all of a sudden there's going to be a triangle show up. And that triangle represents the midpoint. And I'm going to zoom in. I'm just going to put a short little line here. It doesn't really matter how long it is, okay? And as long as there's a line. Now, I'm also going to my sketch, get rid of constraints. Then you can see stuff. So you can see everything now, and it isn't cluttered as much. Then what I'm going to do is mirror. So this is my mirror, or again, scroll down, drop down menu, mirror. And it says object, select. So I'm going to select that object. Mirror line, I'm going to select as this little short little line, and you can see it showed up on the far side now. And I click on OK, right? And then I can scroll in, hit T for trim, and I get rid of those things. Okay, so now there's my first part done. There's my long piece. Now to make things easier on myself, I hit escape because I'm still in trim. I'm going to hold down the left mouse button, and I'm going to come along, and I'm going to drop down and highlight everything here. Then I'm going to right mouse click in the middle, copy. Then I'm going to right mouse click and go paste. Right, so paste is, whoops, hang on a second, I just got to go somewhere else first. Right mouse click, now I go paste. Okay, and I'm going to move this one down, right? Move this one down. Now I've got two copies of it. Now, I want to make this simple. Whoops, I'm just going to grab this dimension and bring it down a bit so you can see it a bit more. Hang on a second, escape. Let's just take this dimension and let's take this dimension and move it down. There we go. Okay, so to make the second piece now, because I know that everything's the same, all I do is I take 18 and I go, no, I want it 10. And there's my part done. Okay, there's my two pieces. And last one we can do is the base, okay, or the bottom. So the bottom, the wood is 1/2 inch thick, and we want the bottom to recess in 1/4 inch or halfway in, right, on both. So if I look at this, basically 18 less 1/2 inch, right, is 17.5, and 10 less 1/2 inch is 9.5. So I'm just going to draw a short box, and I'm going to go, what did I say, 18 minus half, so that's 17.5 on that one. And if I tab, I'm going to go 9.5 on this one. And there's my base, or my bottom, eventually. Okay, and then we're going to hit finish and finish the sketch. So on this part now, we're just going to extrude things. So first one, we're going to pick this one. Now, because of that little line, I might have to do two things. Okay, it's a new component. And my distance up here, I'm just going to put for 2 right now. Okay, hit enter. Now, my sketches disappeared. So all you do is you come over to sketches, and yours might be closed like this, expand it. Here's the sketch, and turn the sketches on. Then I can go back to extrude, take this part, right, 2 inches. And again, new component. Make sure you do new component. And then finally, you can see the sketch still is there now. Take this one, and I want this one to be 0.25 or 1/4 inch, because that's how thick the plywood is going to be. And again, new component. And click OK. So there's my 3 pieces. And I'm going to rename them right away. So I'm going to take component 1, right mouse click, go to rename, and call it long, or, long side. Okay. The next one down, this one, right mouse click, rename it, and I'm going to call that one end. And finally, this part here is going to be called the bottom. Rename it bottom. Okay, there we go. So we finished these ones. Now what we're going to do is just save everything so that we know that we have it for next day. So we click save, and I'm going to call it, it's under my woodwork location, and I'm going to call it serving tray. I call this one V1. Okay, so save it, and we're good. So we're going to end this tutorial here, and we'll pick up on the next one.